Success isn't going to stop and wait for you. It doesn't care if you're tired, if you feel like taking a break, or if the world's telling you to slow down. Success is reserved for the relentless, the ones who keep pushing when there's nothing left in the tank. You have to be willing to let go of who you were to become who you're meant to be. And that means stepping out of comfort, facing fear, and refusing to settle. This journey to greatness, it's not easy. It's full of pain, sacrifice, and grit. But that's the price of becoming unstoppable. Are you ready to pay it? Vince Lombardi once said, "The harder you work, the harder it is to surrender." That's the heart of greatness, right there. When you've poured your soul, sweat, and hours into something, surrender just isn't an option. But here's what you've got to grasp. For most people, surrender is too easy. It's the default, the escape. Why? Because most people aren't ready to pay the real price of success. They're willing to put in just enough effort to feel like they've tried, but not enough to be unbreakable. So when the pressure's on, when it's time to push through that wall, they're the ones who give in. Because deep down, they never prepared to go the distance. But here's the truth. If you want something extraordinary, you have to put in extraordinary work. You've got to outlast, outwork, outgrind every obstacle in your path. It's that simple. Because success isn't going to stop and wait for you. It's not going to say, "Oh, you're tired? That's okay, I'll wait." Success demands that you're relentless, that you refuse to settle. And if you think that the little sacrifices you've made are enough, think again. The people who reach the top, the champions, the legends, they keep pushing when there's nothing left in the tank. They've moved beyond the pain, beyond the fatigue, beyond the point where most people quit. Now let's talk about that next level. Everybody wants to get there. But here's the thing. To go from where you are now to where you want to be, you have to be willing to let go of what you're used to. You have to leave behind who you were to become who you're meant to be. And for a lot of people, that's terrifying. They're attached to their comfort, to their routines, to what they know. But growth doesn't come from comfort. You don't reach greatness by doing what feels safe or easy. Every step toward that next level demands sacrifice. It demands discomfort, pain, and sometimes even isolation. You've got to understand something about comfort zones. They're where dreams go to die. When you're comfortable, you're not growing. When you're comfortable, you're settling. But success, true, undeniable success, is on the other side of your comfort zone. You have to be willing to step out, to get uncomfortable, to face your fears and insecurities head on. And the truth is, most people aren't ready for that. They want success, but they don't want to endure what it takes to earn it. See, everybody loves the idea of success, the idea of having wealth, of living in a beautiful home, of having the respect, the influence. It's intoxicating. But are you in love with the work? Are you willing to embrace the grind, day in and day out, with no shortcuts, no easy outs? That's the difference between people who dream and people who achieve. Because the achievers, the ones who actually reach the top, they're willing to get down and dirty with the work. They show up when they don't feel like it. They push themselves past the point where it's comfortable, where it's easy. Success doesn't care what you say. It doesn't care about your dreams, your wants, or your ambitions. It only cares about what you do. Every day, you're either moving closer to your dreams or further away from them. There is no standing still. And let me tell you this, if you're not ready to outwork the competition, then prepare to be outrun. Because somewhere out there, someone is hungry. They're putting in the hours, they're grinding in silence, and they're waiting to take your spot if you let up for even a second. Success is competitive. It's cutthroat. It rewards the relentless, the dedicated, the unstoppable. Now let's talk about winners and losers. Winners win because they've chosen a different path, a different mentality. Life happens to everybody. Pain, loss, hardship, setbacks, they're all part of the game. But the difference lies in how you respond. Winners don't just endure, they adapt. They face adversity like a champion, understanding that each setback is a setup for a comeback. They refuse to live as victims because they know that's a choice. Victims blame the world, blame their circumstances, blame everyone else for where they are. But winners take responsibility. They look in the mirror and say, I own my life. I control my destiny. And that's what sets them apart. If you're tired of losing, of falling short, it's time to look within. It's time to ask yourself if you're really ready to be a winner. Because that's not something you just say. That's something you embody. It means putting in the work when no one's watching. It means grinding when there's no applause, no validation, no immediate reward. Winning is a habit, just like losing. Every day, every decision, you're building habits that will either lift you up or hold you back. And let me tell you something about consistency. Success is built on consistency. Day after day, showing up and giving it everything you've got. And I'm not talking about the kind of everything where you stop when it gets tough. I'm talking about pushing until there's nothing left, and then finding a way to keep going. You've got to be able to grind when there's no praise, no encouragement, no payoff in sight. Because that's what it takes to build something real. This journey isn't about instant gratification. It's about delayed rewards, the kind that come after years of blood, sweat, and tears. If you're scoreboard watching, if you're always looking around to see how far you've come, then you're already distracted. The score doesn't matter when you're in the middle of the game. All that matters is the work in front of you. You can't let yourself get caught up in checking your progress or comparing yourself to others. Those who break through are the ones who keep their head down and keep grinding, no matter what the scoreboard says. So here's the bottom line. It's not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be comfortable. If you're feeling the heat, if you're feeling the pressure, that means you're right where you need to be. Welcome to the big leagues. This is where champions are forged. If you can push through the pain, through the discomfort, through the doubts, you're going to come out the other side stronger, sharper, unstoppable. At the end of the day, it's simple. 1 + 1 will always equal 2. Hard work plus time will always yield results. You keep grinding, you keep showing up, and in the end, you're going to get what you've worked for. But if you're sitting here crying that you've put in enough time, understand this: success doesn't care. It doesn't care that you've put in a few months or even a few years. It only cares that you've put in what's required. You can't shortcut success. There are no days off. If you're serious, if you truly want to be the best, then you've got to outlast every excuse, every temptation to take it easy. Life will test you. It'll push you to your breaking point. But if you're committed, if you're relentless, there's no limit to what you can achieve. So stop scoreboard watching, stop making excuses, and get back to the grind. Remember, success is reserved for those who are willing to put in the work nobody else wants to do. It's for those who keep going, keep pushing, keep grinding, no matter what. If you're ready to win, then be ready to sacrifice, to suffer, to endure. Because one day, all that effort, all those sacrifices, they're going to pay off. And on that day, you'll look back and know it was worth every single ounce of work you put in. You've just finished listening to the show. To view other episodes, please click on the playlist icon currently displayed on the screen. Thank you.